Welcome to a DropTent Media production.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Permiano.
And I'm Dan DeBriel, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Here we are, and we're in. What's up?
Hey, we're we're the Weekday Comics.
We're the Weekday Comics.
Oh, shit, I forgot for a second.
That's okay. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. That was me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
That's okay. It's a little. We like to have a little fun. We like to keep our viewers on.
Let's see how the show goes, and if it goes horrible, then we'll say it's Cult of Us.
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't like it, so no, what's your Cult of Us email? Send it to you guys.
Well,
you just heard a voice, yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
Oh, shit, well, they're not supposed to talk?
No, we don't really. It's not a big reveal or anything.
We do 25 minutes up top, and then we introduce the guest.
You do about 30 seconds.
Yeah, then you just do bits in between all mine.
Yeah, then we do our jokes.
Yeah. Some critique I have gotten of the podcast was, hey, maybe you should let the guest speak sometime. And I said, I don't know. Maybe in year two we'll try something new. But I like this.
We took a safe approach this week. We have a guest that has no jilted lovers.
Though, of course, we would probably normally make that an entire topic of a podcast. We are not, because working relationships in comedy are important.
Yes.
And we respect that, just as we respect, and I think I need to say and speak for you and me, just as we respect Zaftig, Rubenesque women. We're fans. You know what I mean? So if anyone came away from our podcast last week thinking that you and me stand in judgment of body positivity or anything like that, take one look at me. You know what I mean?
Any adjective I used was meant in a complimentary fashion.
Right. 100%. You can
tell by my Google searches.
Yeah, I am open about my Pornhub categories.
Can you imagine what your Google search looks like? Jesus.
I keep away any government search words or whatever. So, yeah.
There's a reason that this podcast is strangely popular in Germany. So,
is it really?
Yeah. We have a nice contingent of German fans. Auf Wiedersehen. No, wait, that's goodbye. Willkommen. Hello.
Yeah, I do that when I look at my royalty stuff for music. It's like, who are these people in Australia listening to my shit?
Hey, a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
people.
Oh, Fenris is the voice.
Yeah, we should actually introduce.
You should have waited till the end.
We've done this before. My mom yelled at me for not saying a guest name before.
You could have did the Citizen Kane at the end and just drop a snow globe like it was Fenris.
We referenced.
All right, I got my Citizen Kane reference and we're good.
Yes, a man who I love to refer to as the drug dealer on a cruise ship.
That's right.
My friend Fenris and our friend of the pod, Fenris.
Well, how else are you going to get drugs on a cruise ship? Idiot. I play a role in society.
Yes. I'll bring this up right at the top because this is a runner. We have talked to many comics that have run through a very famous open mic that you run in Claymont, Delaware. We talk about Bar 13 sometimes. We met there maybe
that or Soul Joel's.
One of them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of comics on that come in and out of your mic. And so it's your mic. You run it. So there's the tie-in for our viewers.
Yeah, he's also known as the Laughing Guy on TikTok.
That's
yes,
right.
my favorite is when Dave sends me comments of people shitting on my laugh. He sent me a few. This video would be great if it wasn't for that fucking asshole cackling. I'm like, oh, thanks. You come host this fucking thing every week.
They've accused me of paying you, which I only pay for the spot. I don't pay you to laugh. That would cost us. That would be another citywide.
And that's a bribe. It's a totally different thing. Yeah, no one's getting paid overtly. It's slipped under the table by a drink.
It's a gift.
Yeah,
and in turn, I gift him a spot. It's
right.
How the world works.
Exactly. The world works on greased palms. Absolutely.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman was a big, and now he's dead. So that laugh. The laugh is survived thanks to Fenris.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's like
Pee-wee had his own laugh.
Yeah, he had his own thing. You have your own thing too.
Yeah.
No one laughs like you.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, an entire room of that laugh would be very disorienting. I feel like I was in Game of Thrones or some shit.
Which that sounds like a later season.
Yeah, like a north heavy season, Speaking of giant barbarians who get wounded sometimes, that's a belabored segue. But Aaron Rodgers,
man,
I was like, where's this one go?
That was I tried
figured
to wing it on
as
the segue. I don't know.
I pieced it together by the end of the sentence.
It took me a little while, and it wasn't great.
Yeah, I got it right at the very end when he said Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So not the segue.
I bet he's going to talk about Aaron Rodgers now that he said Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that
Nothing
really
gets by me.
That helped me. But yeah, I fucking love everything about what happened. It's tragedy, it's comedy, it's all wrapped into one. What are your 2 cents?
I don't like injuries. I think NFL's at its best when every team is at full strength.
Agreed.
But it's fucking hilarious that the New York Jets haven't had a fucking quarterback since Joe Namath. Like, we finally got our quarterback, and he made it 4 plays into the season and died.
I'm not even sure if he completed a pass. Like I said, I think he dropped back twice. One of them was the sack that hurt him. Amazing. Aaron Rodgers came out on that field carrying the American flag on 9/11.
It was the Monday night game.
On 9/11. And then immediately, and of course, he's famously the guy that takes like Native American drugs to get high.
Where's this rank for New York 9/11?
Yeah, I mean, nothing good happens on 9/11 for him, apparently. Jesus.
Might be second worst, right? Like,
well, it depends if you're a Jets or a Giants fan. If
you're from North Jersey,
I mean, the Giants don't have much to celebrate either. I mean, maybe Daniel Jones getting hurt could have actually led to a score in that game. So the city of New York is hurt and wounded, and I love every single second of it. I love when New York sports.
The Jets beat the one team that's actually from New York. So no New Yorker fucking got off good yesterday.
No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. But it was neat.
I do like that Aaron Rodgers, he takes all those drugs that Native Americans kind of use as rituals, and then his career was ended by the buffalo. So I think that's very, I think that's very fitting.
I don't keep up with it. How much did he sign for? Was it a trade, or like is he getting a freaking payday out of it at least?
It was a trade.
Yeah,
but it was one of those trades where like the Bears already had their quarterbacks.
Well, I'm sure he's getting paid for whatever the year.
Oh yeah, he's making fucking money.
I didn't know if it's one of those like he came in and signed like a 5-year guaranteed, and then it's like, oh, there goes my legs. See you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure he got enough guaranteed money that it was fucking huge. I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers.
NFL quarterbacks making guarantees. Period. If he got like a super long deal.
He'll get money from invertomycin when he takes that and is healed by week 2.
Yeah, doesn't he? Wouldn't
it be funny if he just starts for week 2, and he's like, oh yeah, I just took that horse paste, I just slathered it right on.
He's just
the roadster was right.
He's just got like crystals all over him. Like
he comes out with he takes off his helmet, he's got a mane all of a sudden. What a troll that would be if he just like was during an interview, just had like a salt lick.
Hey, you know what? I watched my team get beat by a guy that looked like he could barely fucking walk every time he got off the field. The Eagles in the Super Bowl. Mahomes could barely. He would get off the stage. The field. He'd be limping like a fucking maniac, and then he'd come out for the next step and like run around and throw a touchdown.
Because he's faking it.
Yeah, right.
He's a drama queen like his brother. Less rapey though.
Yeah, I would much rather have that Mahomes.
What a way to announce to the world that you're straight, though. I mean, everyone just assumed he was gay. And he's like, I'll show them.
It's a very radical way to do that. There's probably better ways.
Should probably get a new press secretary.
Yeah. Speaking of TikTok stars, Paqui One Chip Challenge. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so teenager this week, he died. He did the Paqui One Chip Challenge. He was at school, and he fainted. They sent him to the nurse.
Was there a video of this? Because this is one I'd watch.
Right. I'm not sure if there is. He fainted. They sent him home. He was like sick all afternoon. His parents took him to the hospital, and he died at the hospital. They have no idea why. They're doing an autopsy and shit. Nah. He's built different in the wrong way.
I mean, I did the Paqui at like 38.
Yeah, you are a generally ill
I
man in poor health.
But have you ever done a spicy? Okay, I vomited, but I think it was mainly because immediately afterward I drank half a gallon of chocolate milk because I pre-planned.
Okay,
but I was like, no, I'm not drinking a fucking half gallon of regular milk. That's gross. I want to taste it. Didn't do it. So 2 bottles of water, did nothing, and then 2 beers. But my tongue was numb, so those beers just fucking went down. Like,
yeah.
That's why alcohol tastes kind of shitty. So it's way of saying slow down a little bit.
Oh right, and I am poisoned. Yeah.
Yes, I am poisoned.
Yeah.
Take it easy, bucko.
Yeah.
And those 5 drinks was in the span of 4 minutes. So I'm thinking that's where the vomiting part came from.
Chugging milk in general is going to... And milk and beer together, not a good
It sounds
idea.
like there's a whole mix of things in there that shouldn't have been together.
Yeah.
But I made it to 5 minutes.
Is that the thing where they
you
time
had
You
it?
don't
Still
drink
5?
anything for 5 minutes. I went on stage, so I did it and I thought I was gonna hey, I'll keep my mind off it by going through my set. Just nope.
Yeah.
Just burning. It's.
Did you do it right after, or did you get time to?
I got up on stage and said, "Present me with the chip."
Did you get any laughs?
My reaction, because at first it's really spicy shit doesn't taste like anything at
Right.
first. It just numbs your tongue immediately. Before and then just my that fucking face nope.
Ugh.
He felt it.
Did you find your thoughts leaving your head with the?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 2 other comics did it that day, and they kind of both got. But I'm a bitch when it comes to spicy foods, anyway. I was good as a kid, but the older you get, the more of a bitch you become.
Yeah. I actually did the hot ones challenge, 10 wings increasing in heat. With a bunch of people. It's actually online. You can look for it if you find my sketch, my old college sketch
between
comedy
Bill Burr's
shit.
and Jerry Seinfeld's.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Reels
yeah.
episode.
Not actually hot ones. Yeah, let me specify. I'm sorry. I thought that was probably went without saying. I didn't think that it needed to hammer home to the audience that I'm not getting an invite on hot ones. Oh, it's Obama, Jennifer Lawrence, Dan DePriel, fucking the greats. Obviously, I'm not on hot ones. I just did it. I just did it with a bunch of guys, my friends from college. And it's online, though, if people actually want to see it. But you see me lose the thoughts in my head trying to make jokes, and I accidentally said, I said some shit that I was just babbling, and people were laughing, and then when I was recalculating what I said, I was like, oh, that sounded really offensive. I was just saying things that completely out of context trying to make jokes. I couldn't do it.
All right, I've said you'd be able to get away with certain slurs when you're behind the wheel of your car. That's your one safe space. Is spicy food another safe space?
I don't know.
If you have a chart, this slur, and do I kick his ass? And then they have a little chart with them. Okay, this pepper's just above that line.
Okay, if we're doing a chart,
The chip's your pass. I got a chip. I'm good.
I get why you're trying to run this in chart, but I agree. I think that there are. It's like a sliding scale. There are certain slurs that, even the ghost pepper, you still can't say. Right? There are some you just can't yell. But then there are some, further down the
You
line.
can't yell ghost pepper.
Yeah.
But can you yell ghost pepper?
No, even with the ghost pepper, it has to be a soft A. There's never.
No, but all those slurs are bad because of the pain that they're attributed to in the past. So if you're in a certain level of pain, is there an equal?
You're really trying hard to justify this one, buddy.
Hey, there's no more Paqui One Chips out there. I lost.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're gonna be the.
I'll get them on eBay.
Yeah, the eBay. And you can buy some old cans of original.
I just bought some
Loco.
racism.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not one that I would like to try out because then you would be in internal pain and probably external pain. If you you can't go around just saying. Because then you have to try and convince the person that you've just upset that it's totally okay while you're dying of heat poisoning, and so it's really not a situation.
We get people stop it now.
No, really, when you think about it, I'm in pain.
I mean, you have just carry around the packaging with you. I don't know.
You're gonna take the Paqui One slur challenge.
I have to,
bronze it and wear it around your neck.
I have to address the council on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure that this is a rule. I don't think it's tenable, but I like that you're innovating and you're trying to explore in the spaces.
This is the 5th time on this podcast. I've tried to justify using slurs.
Willkommen to our German fans.
Exactly.
That's why you guys are huge over there.
Yeah, just trying to get some content that'll be popular.
What's in fire?
Yeah, I like it when they find out when we can be racist.
I like it when they talk about these slurs.
Oh, yeah.
Now Germany's already racist again. Don't they have a new Hitler? Not a new Hitler, but like, they have like
you mean Hitler classic or new Hitler?
Yeah, new less calories, same hate.
Hitler zero.
No, they do like their first extremist. I just I read the headlines.
Yes. But he's the equivalent of like a House representative. So it's not that bad. It's still bad, but
everybody's an extremist to the other side, so it doesn't matter.
Everyone
knows the other person, so it's just.
I am pretty sure the guy that you're talking about is straight up like, I like Hitler. Like he's like unabashed, like he's actually bad.
But he could be. Well, whenever you hear it, I'm just like, it just goes. I just don't even pay attention. I was like, everybody's Hitler. You keep saying it doesn't.
I think like if you look at that and you say Germany, that's kind of like pointing at like Marjorie Taylor Greene and saying that's America. Fair, but also not fair because she's the fucking craziest one. So I think like like there isn't any equivalent. Yeah. There are crazy people on both sides, but she's just the craziest. So hopefully, I think that's probably what that dude is.
Hopefully those people can do you a favor of discounting them by putting literally Hitler in front of them.
But yeah,
well. Poor Germany. What did they ever do to deserve that?
Really, just victimized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so nice before that point. Yeah.
They were batting 1,000.
Yeah. Boy. Well, hey, there we go. Yeah. Somehow this will be the most controversial podcast we've done this month. No,
we got time.
Yeah, we can make it work. So Fenris, let's talk a little bit about you. We're trying to recommit to actually asking our guests questions from time to time. You are notably, infamously, I should say, a sort of a musical comedian. You don't have to be, but you like to do it. It's something that you like to do when you get on stage. You used to open your open mics with a few songs.
I would open with a song, but then I got tired of thinking about it. I was like, because then I'd get all set up, I'm doing everything, and then it was like, okay, what do I want to play? And I have to think, and I was like, I just want to sit outside for half an hour, smoke a cigar, and have a drink until I have to start this thing. I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. I think what you're doing is great.
Just got to the time, I just got tired. I was like, I don't need to do this every week. I'd rather just get the show started.
How many? You have a bunch of albums out.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Bunch.
All right.
Yeah.
Any more in the?
Not at the moment. I think I'm going to Texas in October
for inspiration.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing I do this rap festival with this group down in Texas. They do it in Indiana. I've done it the last few years. So I'm going out to Indiana, go do the festival for the week, and then I'm going to drive down on their bus to San Antonio and spend the week with them.
Cool. That's
and then
awesome.
They got another festival the next weekend.
What are the dates?
Plan is the first 2 weekends of October.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, the plan is I want to go to the Alamo, and we're going to try and do a bootleg live album at the Alamo.
Hell yeah.
It's what Davy Crockett would have wanted.
I have been there. It's fucking great.
I'm excited to go just to see it. I've never been to Texas, period. So.
It's awesome. I mean, I'm wearing my Pee Wee shirt, so I like it for this reason.
Okay.
Because it was a big plot point in this movie.
But I've read a lot about like the Texas history and all the stuff with Mexico. So I really want to
see. I came from like the Ozzy eating a bat, stuff like that. But the history is very cool too.
I was thinking about it more from the Mexican side.
Yeah, you wanted to see the basement. I want to see the room where Jim Bowie got beat to death.
I'm not sure if they highlight that specific part of the history.
Well, there's still a chalk outline, right?
He was sick the whole time. The Alamo, like he's like deathly sick until they went to his room. He tried to get up, and they just got him. And he missed the whole fight until they broke into his room. He tried to.
One of the stories I remember from the Alamo, I think I learned it when I was there. There was a mixed race guy, and he was Mexican American, and he when he saw the battle was going south, he jumped in a cell, locked himself in, and when Santa Anna rolled through, he was like, "Thank God you guys are here!" And then came out and they put him in the Mexican army, and then he just deserted as soon as he could.
Even the people surrendered. They killed him. And
he's the only survivor because of that, because he tricked them into thinking he was a part of Mexican army.
I think it was like some women with their kids. They were allowed to be sent away. Like once the fight
before the battle.
So like that's where they got a lot of this from. Like those were the people who survived. Well, at least from.
Oh, so it's an exaggerated version then.
Well, because there was no survivors. Even the people who survived, like Davy Crockett, was marched out into the desert and they were all shot. Yeah, Santa Anna was a dude.
He sure was. Another a villain who really liked to dress his army very well. Kind of the connection there between Hitler.
He was a fancy boy. That's what got him caught. Because when he tried to. Like when they got caught, he tried to escape with the peasants. He still had this shirt with like diamond buttons on it or something like that. Yeah. And they're like, and then he's like walking by like all his captured troops. They're saluting him. He's like, "Stop there, guys!" And they figured out who he was.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And the dude still got away. Like he exiled, then he came back again. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's crazy how many times
He
that
got exiled
happens.
like 4 or 5 times, then came back and kept getting elected again.
Yeah, it's fucking.
He had like no political opinion. To agree with.
Where would that happen? Where somebody would do some kind of crazy
time-
shit with the government and then almost be like, "Well, how are you being almost elected again?"
Yeah, one time he was kind of elected or like whatever. Oh, we're gonna be super liberal, so he puts his vice president in charge to do all these liberal reforms. And then, like, people hated him, so he came back and overthrew his own government and took over. He's like, people don't like this. You're out of here.
All right,
I was
Santa Ana,
I was
motherfucker.
like, you did a coup on your own government? You're crazy, dude.
I hear a lot of admiration in your voice.
Hey, that's...
It is true when you read these these books, these biographies or histories. Sometimes you end up getting divorced from it because you're like, yeah, it's just history. It already happened, so you
can't
kind
change
of
it. Fucking read it as a character.
Especially these guys who have
exactly,
like these crazy lives. Where like, how did this one person do all this stuff? And
exactly.
And
I'll tell you what, this Pennsylvania...
I have not put on pants all week.
I'll tell you what, this Pennsylvania murderer, he's gonna fuck around and impress me. This guy
He's
is
already
fucking
escaped
invaded.
the area.
Yeah, this guy is back and forth. He's not leaving, which is kind of dumb, but he's just evading people left and right. They can't catch him. They just keep throwing.
He's already
cops
shaved,
at this
which
guy.
we're not motivated to do. Still in a van.
I won't even shave. I won't even shave for like make my girlfriend happy. You know what I mean? Like let alone to like fucking protect myself.
did she shave her beard at least?
Yeah, which is Italian, so she has to stay on
Okay.
that. This guy, he spider climbed out of prison. He climbed over reservoir.
Yes.
He got away while a guy was texting or like looking on the internet, which is fucking great. I mean, this guy's a murderer and he's a bad dude, but he only murdered one person, and it's the original murder, which is bad. But he's not going off on like a killing spree. The guy's just running, and I have to say, I hope they catch you.
Yeah.
But this guy's fucking great. This guy is like they would make a movie about this guy if the person he had killed was like, I don't know, a landlord or something and not his girlfriend.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm glad you said because the original wording I saw
who
in
did
it
he
was
kill? I don't.
It was his girlfriend was the
Okay.
original reason. Sentenced to life, about to send him like county lockup.
Okay,
to
I got you.
Federal
So
fuck
the
you in
whole
the ass
murder
prison.
trial was fairly recent, and he was getting ready to get.
Right before he got transferred, this is crazy too.
So he escaped while the escaping was good, because once you go to federal prison,
fucked.
you're not.
Yeah, you're not getting out.
You're not Shawshank and
Wait,
Redemption.
so
You're
they're
way out of
showing
there.
a
Exactly.
round brick wall. That's what he fucking.
That's what he like spider climbed up it like he was like.
What, he had
over-
suction cups?
That's what it looks like in the video. I saw it. He like puts himself like he planks basically between two close enough walls and like spider.
They
walks.
use the
When
term
parkour
Yeah,
backfires.
okay, good. Because they used the term
Yeah, like that
crab
shit.
walking when I first read it, and I'm
No,
like,
that's
that's
like
the one where
this.
you're on your
Yeah, or
back
like
when
that.
you.
Was it because the
That
wall's
gym
so
game.
close that he was able to do that?
Well, the crazy.
Yeah, he must have had to grip it like.
You have,
okay.
you have to be really strong, dude. But if it's that close, you can.
Another crazy part of this story is he's not the first person to escape this way.
Oh,
Another prisoner got out of this prison
Yeah, you see how
using
he's got
this
his
method. Yeah, see, and he uses his feet and hands and kind of climbs up. Another prisoner got away with this exact method, which got the old warden fired, and this guy escaped on the new warden's first day. Crazy! This is a goddamn
So
movie.
he has a grace period though. The new warden.
Yeah, right. You
They
get
gotta do
everyone
what
can-
they gotta do what the Philly people do when like the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, grease up the wall so they can't get
Yeah,
out.
there you go. I agree. Everyone's allowed to.
Except they'll make the prisoners do it, and they'll leave themselves a little pass. Yeah. All right, you're on grease duty. You're like, okay, let's just leave two little hand
just
hand
keep your little
trails. Yeah. Got this area good, boss. Yeah.
And then the guards can't even catch him because they go to grab him. He just slips out.
And then pokes him in the eyes. And the guard training forgot to include this.
What's going
Police standards have dropped. Training has dropped. They no longer know how to do that.
We
There's
don't get
probably
you-
a sketch out there with the Three Stooges as prison guards. I'm
Oh,
sure they've had
I-
every job.
There's
100%.
100% been chain gang Three Stooges out there. There's
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably-
every episode they had a new job. I used to watch it all.
Yeah, I would say they'd be way more likely to be prisoners than prison guards. Although I would like to see with like the dynamic of the Three
the
Stooges. era, how they
2023
handled-
prison guards, Three Stooges. They fucking slap a guard and then yeah.
Yeah, when I first started training for pro wrestling, one of the guys told me, he said, watch Three Stooges, just watch the way they hit it, sell
Yeah.
and boom, and they're how visual they are. Like that was one of my training things to watch Three
awesome.
Stooges.
You're kind of
the-
rocking a curly.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. That's another thing you do that we haven't covered. Not only are you a great comedian, funny musical comedian, producer, you also
sexy.
Well, yeah, let's not go crazy. Let's not go crazy.
I didn't wear these short shirts for nothing there, buddy.
We don't even not even shooting apart. Don't worry.
It's just for your eyeball.
Bro, I can't keep my eyes off them. It's been distracting me the whole podcast.
Get the fuck out of you.
I feel like I'm covered in grease.
I'm gonna show you my badge, kill you with, and then I'm breaking out of that prison.
I'm already impressed.
My life goals.
You're a wrestler. That's the end of my point. You've also pro wrestled, which is cool.
Still do occasionally. I started in '99, right after high school.
I was gonna say
you're the white version of a luchador.
Kind of. I've always done masks.
Well, you're white and you wear the mask. I don't know. What's luchador?
Well, I don't know.
Luchador, you got to be like top rope guy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would not. I don't think you're a top rope.
I thought it was the mask. I thought
now
the
back
mask...
in the day when I've watched like old videos and stuff, I don't remember. Holy crap! I'm neck breaker off the top rope. I'm like, I don't remember doing half this stuff, but now I'm like, I ain't doing.
Those are the concussions that you
just beat
suffered.
I had one concussion where I hit the back of my head on the ring post. Somebody punched me.
Ooh.
And then I got through the whole match. I watched you can't really tell, but then I sat down and then I was like, what the fuck just happened? I blacked out.
Yeah.
And then they took me to the hospital. I got stitches.
Oh shit! How many concussions have you had?
That was the only one that I know of.
Okay.
And I wasn't diagnosed with a concussion. I just went and got stitches. Like
right.
I know, but I was like from the symptoms. I was
That's
like,
why we never hear about his first family.
I've had a lot of concussions, and
because I got it.
Only Neil
I went to the
heard
hospital, and then I walked to Applebee's, and I had to call from a payphone so someone after the show could come get me. And I watched Game 6 of the 2001 World Series.
Okay.
Like out of my mind, I'm just sitting there like
that
was the Yankees Diamondback series. So because I specifically remember being in Applebee's, just sitting in the waiting area, just watching it.
Yeah, and you're like, am I already in hell?
Out. I was like, I think someone's. Did I call?
Luckily,
already?
Applebee's has its own concussion section.
If you're massively concussed, you're ready to just start waiting tables
coming
at
3 times in a row with concussion. Wonton tacos are on us.
Yeah. Okay, put the microwave. Put it in the microwave. Push the buttons. Okay.
You have your little punch card with concussions. You're like, he always seems to make it to 3, and then we never hear from him again.
We microwave all our plates fresh to order.
We don't hear from him or his family.
We don't peel the plastic off this plate and put it in the microwave till you order it. That's our Applebee's.
And you never actually get to the 20 free meals because once you get to 10, they take it away from you and switch it with one that has less.
See, I refuse to go to Applebee's before 9. I'm all about the half price.
Hell yeah! I don't think I've gone to Applebee's at 8 o'clock.
Literally, I had a date once with a girl. She came over. And we were gonna go to Applebee's.
Date to Applebee's. Hell
yeah! I was good, but it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, ugh. And she's like, "Let's go. I'm hungry." And I was like, "I'm hungry too for you." And ravenous love,
sure.
just so I could stall for time.
Let me ravage you for an hour.
Wow, that's.
And then the thing was, I literally wrote that joke on Facebook, and she saw it while reading it. She's like, "You motherfucker!" I was like, "I like you, but not full price app like you."
This was half price app sex. Let's be honest.
That's your romantic side. You can't just give away that for free.
Right.
Or for double the price.
That's why I didn't like that song, the country song, the Applebee's on a date night, because he doesn't get one half price appetizer, which is like if you're taking a date to Applebee's, it's gonna be the fucking chicken tenders or whatever the fuck
you get the boneless wings, the wonton tacos,
the goddamn spinach dip,
the dips.
Hell yeah, I could
they're called chicken nuggets, not boneless wings.
It's whatever.
Let's establish that right now.
They are, but I mean they call them boneless wings, but whatever.
They're good either way.
And you get the sauce on the side. That way, it's a chicken finger, and you can dip it. That's a little advice from
you always go sauce on the side because they just drench them and they don't know what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. See, we got Applebee's vets right here. We know what's going on.
Look at us. We know how to fucking control our chicken tenders.
Yeah. We know our microwave.
We've crushed
apps.
many attendee.
Yeah. They.
No, I want full service. You're fucking that sauce on the.
They see us walking.
I want you
Applebee's,
to. If they offered to lift it to my mouth, I would take that too.
Dan DePriel has eaten at least 6 million chicken tenders. That belly's the fucking Tendy Holocaust museum right there.
Listen, I'm going to dispute you on the numbers, but I'm not going to deny it.
Are you going to Roseanne Barr me?
I'm not going to deny it happened.
The chicken tender Holocaust never happened.
I'm not going to deny that millions of chicken tenders have perished in these lands, but I'm just argue against the number. Okay, that's all.
Humane treatment.
Thank you. Welcome into our German fans.
Hey. No, they don't care about chickens.
I regret giving you guys where you're popular. I regret telling you which nationalities and where, because it's
every analytic you give us is misunderstood and just harped on like ad nauseum. We think that we
would have figured this one out.
Germany. Yeah, I feel like. Well, I feel like from our comments that we get a lot of people that don't seem to understand that we aren't actually trying to inform anyone about the news. I think that people
not even ourselves.
Yeah, we don't read anything further than the headlines. So why would you think that we would come on? But we get actually'd so often.
I think it's probably people that are stupid in the real world. They're like, all right, now's my chance. Well, actually,
I mean, if they're listening to this podcast, they're probably not a scholar.
No, they're just. First of all,
hey, no.
They're not stopping classes at Harvard to tune in. Let's see what the boys got done law books.
Stanford's like, yeah.
Well, that's the goal now.
We got to get
let's
Harvard just needs to shut down at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. Kent, our new goal: put Harvard a full stop.
That's right.
8 o'clock on Tuesday.
We want to get those eggheads, those
put that
Ivy
hacky
Leaguers.
sack down. The boys are starting.
It's the Weekday comics. I don't know. We're both making them southern.
I assume they do in college.
It'd be cooler if you guys were like they did that at like Howard. I'd be like, damn, dude, that's a cool podcast.
That would be
what I mean?
cool. Yeah, at HB, what is it? CU? HBCU? Yeah.
That's
Clay Black University.
College University. Yeah. I wish, but I doubt that. I mean, we're.
I didn't mean to derail the whole thing.
That's that would be cool. Way cooler than.
Great. This episode's fuck Neil chimed in.
Sorry.
No,
it's already ruined.
sometimes Neil's the only thing keeping the podcast on track. We actually are doing an okay job tonight, though. Because I challenged myself to actually talk to our guest this time. So we let our previous guest to tell one story.
You scrolled
and
his,
it got him in,
you scrolled his Facebook page before the show.
Yeah. We let our previous guest last week tell one story, and it got him, you, me, and you in trouble. So we're trying to get a little more going on.
Are we in trouble?
No, I don't think so. Well, we got put on blast a little bit, but not by we're okay. We're doing all right.
Yeah, but we're used to that at this point.
That's why
in
I like
the comment section. Well, actually,
we get
his dick is this big. No, okay.
Yeah,
but
do you get a lot of comments about dick sizes?
I'd hope so.
Yeah, usually people just generally talking about how big they think we are.
It's the Germans. How big is it? 9?
Right, it's not 9.
It's not
9.
So you're going to Texas, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to ask, then we got way sidetracked, which is how I like it. So is this going to be new songs, or is it going to break out the classics?
It'll be a mix of both. I got to figure out how we're doing it. It's a whole thing.
Because our fan base over across the pond would love to know that the themes of your songs.
when it's done, it'll be figured out.
May I ask in your?
Like I said, it's going to be a guerrilla. It's not like we're renting a room in the Alamo. We're going to try and set up a little quick rigs that we're outside, and
that's cool.
Have fun with it.
There's a plaza out front.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do it like right outside and just get like.
I know that they had performers there because when I went, they had like dudes on jugglers on stilts and stuff. So like they have a section where public performance is allowed. I don't know what the deal is with it, but
your most prevalent topics are Anne Frank and 9/11.
Yeah.
I figure in Texas you could lean towards one of them a lot harder than you could lean towards the other one.
Yeah. How many Anne Frank songs do you have at this point?
4 or 5?
Yeah, it's great. She
goes on all kinds of adventures in my songs.
Man,
she's sort of like a recurring
character.
character.
You got more years out of those songs than she did.
My Anne Frank jokes are just like Anne Frank. They don't get old.
Kind of nice, like through your music, she gets to see the world,
Yes, she gets to travel and get superpowers and all kinds of things.
But it was your 9/11 song that got you Philly notoriety when you walked an entire female improv group.
Oh yeah. They weren't even mad at me. They were mad at somebody else, but I was the one who took all the heat.
All right, I need to hear this story.
Was it heat that could melt steel beams, do you think?
So this is West Philly. It's a barn. It's a mix of stand-up and improv. Already winning combination.
Yeah.
So after we're going back and forth, and the host, Jude Meyer's like, oh yeah, the improv troops hated you, so they left. That's why I was like, oh, okay. I didn't. That's what I was told. So then I wrote about it online, and then it was like, we cared until like they found it a day later. So you made it was a women improv troupe. Like, okay,
all right.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then like the entire improv scene was just trashing me for a few days until.
But it's like I know you don't have a sense of humor. You're in an improv troupe. Like it's in your name. You're an improv troupe.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Not because they're women.
I didn't know.
That does go against the. Because I thought
all I was told is I walked in improv troupe and then it blew up a day after.
That sounds great.
Mission accomplished.
See, I had the opposite experience. I never, not in Philly, but I've done improv and comedy things. And maybe granted this is in LA where nobody comes out to see shows. So you're basically just performing for the other performers. But improv audiences were great because they are actually built in, and like not even trying to knock here, their tolerance for like what they'll laugh at is a lot lower, and they're really engaged to laugh because they're improv people. So when you hit them with like written material, they fucking love it, at least when I would see it. So I remember like doing these shows and going in being like, fuck, another one where it's just the performers, and being like, oh wait, this is like 20 people that actually like want to laugh.
They don't yell suggestions at you?
No, thank God. The one I did was my friend Adi Gordon, really funny comic in LA. He's never watching, but he has a show, or he had a show where you would go up and maybe this is what you did. The comic would perform and then the improv group would come on after and try to do an improv.
Oh, it's nothing like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Jess Carpenter ran a show like that.
Okay.
I never did that, but I heard
they loved
that. Was a fun. I honestly had always had fun on that show. It was the most fun I ever had related to improv.
I did a lot of my more active. Yeah, back when I had jokes about fucking a toilet seat. Or whatever.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
So I stopped admitting that to people. It was something in because my buddy. Yeah, I had a friend that came in high school. He's like, dude, I found the best thing ever. Like, apparently you get a hot washcloth, wrap it around, shove it in the toilet seat, and then fuck the toilet seat. And he's like, it felt like the real thing, even though at this point none of us had felt the real thing.
Yeah, you know,
imagine when that dude fucked his first pussy. He's like, this doesn't feel like a wet washcloth at all.
This doesn't feel
I've been lied to this whole time.
Hold on, let me lift the lid of her pussy and see what's wrong.
Yeah,
her boobs don't feel like sandbags either. What the hell?
But I tried it, and I don't know if the toilet, like, because there's the three different types of toilet seats. There's the puffy, the plastic, and the porcelain. I tried it on porcelain. That's probably not where you start.
That's
probably
you gotta start with.
You gotta go right to the majors.
You gotta work your way up to the porcelain. But,
and again, there's nothing wrong with fucking the puffy stool. It's a little bigger, but it's still good. It's still good. That's the whole thing.
I'd have to go to someone's house because I only had the porcelain one at home. I have the plastic now, but that probably is the worst one of the three.
I feel like a dork because I've never fucked a toilet seat.
I never even thought about it until you told me this story.
This is the one time he gets to feel like not the virgin in the group. You never fucked a toilet seat? I've started right with the porcelain.
No doubt, if this had been suggested to me in my teenage years, I would have tried it. It's not like I'm above it.
Yeah. I would have thought about it.
I never thought of it.
I was a sophomore, and
yeah. No shame in that.
There's a lot of shame.
Oh, that's true. But no shame beyond that. You would fuck anything in your teenage years.
I think the shame might have been a bigger factor to me not getting into it, more so than the porcelain. Like, you have to really push it from your mind. You're about to feel it. Like, no one can see you, but at the same time,
God can see you, and you know it. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Like, I know about this.
Yeah,
yeah. God just looked at you and was like, shit, you can fuck those things? He's like, boy, these guys come up with all kinds of new stuff I didn't think of.
They are innovators.
Yeah, that'd be funny if he was looking at
He's like, I gave him free will for this?
Please, that's like, of the things we use free will on, that's like, that's in the 90th percentile still.
Oh, my goodness.
What, did I just bring this one to a screeching halt?
That was a nice little...
What did you guys fuck?
Well, why'd you bring up your closer right away?
You flushed the whole thing.
I never got to that point. I still flushed,
Did you flush after you fucked
nothing? There was nothing in there, but I was like,
you flushed it just
for hygienic purposes.
Sure.
Just for the ceremonial purposes of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Did the sign of the cross.
Let's be honest, I'm sure a tear or two fell in that toilet that had to go.
Manny.
No, I closed it very delicately.
He said, I'll see you later, sweetheart.
What? I got a girlfriend. Her name's
John.
Lydia.
Lindsay.
Lydia.
Lydia.
There you go.
Thank you for picking up my dumb
I got
brain.
you. I got you. You were there. You had it.
Porcel-ina.
Porcel-ina. Yeah.
Porcel-ina. Episode name.
Porcel-ina.
It's either a black stripper or a toilet seat you're fucking. Which is it, Dave?
Well,
Porcel-ina. That's it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I love that.
if I was dating a Porcel-ina, what slurs could I get away with?
I didn't know you. I didn't know you were still wrestling. Like every once in a while, kind of coming out and doing.
Like we just did a Jello wrestling show at Bar 13
Nice.
a couple weeks ago, where it was
Yeah, these are.
we did it like but it was like a pro wrestling, like characters and entries. And
Yeah,
we worked
explain some of the matches that you had. Like who?
Like,
were,
What flavor Jello?
it was green. It was like a mix. It's just stuff you add water and it just explodes. Yeah, it's like a little box.
You went lime? And...
It doesn't have any taste.
Yeah, this isn't gel. Yeah, right. I'm loving it.
It's, you can pick,
is there specific Jello just for wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at me
learning
It's little
things.
pellets. You get a box like this size, and you just add water, and it.
Yes, yes,
sticky 'cause
Dave,
there's
you
no
can
sugar.
fuck it.
Yeah, but
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can.
I bet
Imagine
you'd like a toilet seat full of that.
you just drop
Toilet
one
seat
in
full
the
of
toilet.
lime Jello.
Not green. Yeah.
Your dream date.
He's like, I've never fucked a stool on stage, but I've fucked a
But you have like the
toilet
toilet.
But I
in the
fucked
green
where I
room.
put my stool. And I have humped a stool on stage. It was.
seat.
I'm not good at the
everybody's had
physical.
to.
Yeah. Huh?
I think that's like a rite of passage.
I think everyone has. I think even I have, but I can't.
Even if
remember
you're
when.
making fun of people who do
Right.
that, you're still.
It was very awkward because I tried to keep it as realistic as possible.
God.
So
to
yeah,
me.
awkward.
So I
was
just
right.
laid down on top of it. I was told afterward it was very uncomfortable for the audience.
Yeah.
The stool had a headache. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I just went, thank you.
Yeah. I think your problem was you left the warm washcloth on top when you were done. Yeah.
You're done clean yourself up. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I don't know. That's really. How did it go with some of the events? So, because I mean, Bar 13. That's also. I love that there is specific Jello. That is kind of nice. But anyway, you got the Jello in there. What kind of event?
Who wrestlers did you have?
Like,
Who were fighting each
like
other?
one match we had was the corpse of B. Arthur versus the ghost of B. Arthur. And I, as the Japanese pool boy, refereed that
Nice.
Golden Girl grudge match.
The Japanese pool boy is a character of yours,
Yes,
right?
yes. He was
he's a
one of the
recurring-
original ones from like 2000 that I still do.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. And you have multiple characters when you wrestle.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did that from like 2000 to 2006, and then I was out of wrestling for maybe 5-6 years.
Okay.
Then like 2012, got in with a new group, and we did it all the way till COVID, till it closed them down.
Okay.
And then the original group, ECWA in Delaware, I actually got to go back earlier this year for their big show. They invited me back like as one of
That's
the
awesome.
alumni guys, and I did a 6-man tag, so it was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
really
the
cool.
same ECW that was like?
ECWA.
Oh, okay. Not.
It always gets confused with ECW, but
Yeah.
but ECWA, the guy started it in the 60s. I mean, he ran it for decades and decades before he sold it. And it's gone through a few owners since then, so.
Yeah. How crazy does that wrestling league get? Because I know some of them are a little more professional than others.
Mine, I was very thankful I was always in like good professional groups. I wasn't in like the junk indies and
Okay.
like the guy like ECWA. I mean, we worked at the WWF. He was like one of the local. It's like a local. He'd help be like the local promoter. Oh, hey, we're in Philly. We need extra guys to get beat up as security guards. I got to go to
That's
Raw
cool.
once. I was going to be a security guard.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I was told I was going to do something with John Cena. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And then like I literally did nothing. I got there, they're like, because they rewrite it all day.
Right. They wrote you out.
I just sat there. I did nothing except just eat catering and just get to hang out backstage at Raw. It was amazing.
I knew
I
somebody.
got to shake Vince McMahon's hand. I was like,
That's awesome. I knew somebody that got to
to-
work as a writer for
Okay.
for WWE, and they said it was hectic, and then
Oh,
like
I'm
literally
sure.
right up until like showtime, they were asked to
yeah,
like,
that's what you hear.
edit and shit. Yeah.
Like I was like hanging out kind of like right where the gorilla, it's like the setup right where they go out.
Oh yeah.
So I was like just watching. I was like trying to like
That must have
not-
been so cool.
Until they noticed me, they're like, who are you? Why are you here? I was like, who next to her? Like, there's a monitor. I was like, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch the monitor.
There's
I
a
was like,
room for pieces of shit like you.
like I wasn't watching any wrestling, so I didn't know what was like. There's people I recognized, but like, I was like,
Right.
I didn't know who was.
Yeah, that's how it is when I watch.
Yeah, it was
now.
2006. I was like, there was people there that like I knew who'd come through our group.
Right.
So like they're like, oh hey, I remember you. But, like,
yeah. That's cool.
Because this gets into the thing that I love about Fenris is because you take what some of my, especially going back in history, you can see very creative marketing. Like I love your marketing.
I agree.
Every time. It's like wrestling promo. It's that dirty, nitty gritty kind of stuff. Or he's just going to get you. You know he's going to get you. Yep. It's going to be a turn of phrase, a picture. It's going to be something, and he's going to play on it. It's going to be a joke unto itself.
Yeah, I learned a lot of that through wrestling. Like the
guy
I would help, like I'd go down and I'd help him write the shows.
Right.
Sometimes he had no idea what he wanted to do. Sometimes he knew, but he just like we would just bounce ideas off, and then we'd help. And
what was the most recent?
I'd spend the weekend down there. It was like, I'd go down. It's like, hey, I'm writing out reserve slips, or I'm stapling progress. So I did ring crew, everything.
Yeah, you have to write out the choreography too, or whatever. Or
no, not that, but it was
That's usually the wrestlers decide that.
Yeah, for indie stuff, it's usually left up to the wrestlers. They don't have.
You just give it a winner and a time limit?
Yeah, sometimes they'll tell you if they want specific, like, oh, we want a brawl, or oh, keep it in the ring, or dude, you might get instructions like that, or
kiss each other.
Kiss each other.
They're really
look each other in the eyes and mean it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the last example, just for the audience. If you haven't checked out the page, it's Fenris put on a one-man show. It's an all-female comedy show.
Yeah,
and he's the one man.
I thought that was clever.
Loved it.
So
immediately. I was like, that is so fucking great.
It's so funny.
So fucking
you
funny.
Do.
We definitely got comments of people who are just like,
I'm sure.
Like, those are all women on the flyers. Like, I know exactly where you stopped reading.
Yeah.
And you work with burlesque companies. You generally help.
Well,
produce,
until he appeared on this show.
Yeah, I mean, we're not exactly too popular in the community, but your burlesque premises, the ideas that you
well, that's
give
the
to those
funnest
shows,
part. It's like I love coming up with the themes.
They're next level. They're so funny
because it's the point. Like burlesque in the last 10 years, especially in Philly, it's everywhere.
It's huge. Yeah.
So let's give them something they've never seen.
Not huge popular.
I'm gonna show some of the stuff. So just
it's everywhere.
Well, you produce so many shows. That's what's great because you give zero fucks when dealing with all the idiots in Philly because you're uncancelable.
Yeah,
because you run all your own shit.
Right. It's a testament to you can't be canceled if you are making your own stuff.
It's kind of the point. I just like doing my own stuff. I don't really care if I do other people's shows. I don't look at it I don't go looking for stuff anymore.
Right. You don't participate in the politics of any scene. You do your own thing.
It's more fun. It's more rewarding doing it yourself. You know what I mean? It's like I tell comics. It's like, when you do a show and you go and you crush, you make money. You're like, you're driving home. You're like, I'm the man. I rule. I should do this. And then when you bomb, it's the same thing. I suck. I should quit. So it's the same thing with shows, except like it's magnified.
Right.
So if I put on a show that kills, hell yeah. And then if it bombs, I'm like, I wasted everybody's time.
Right.
So it's like that same feeling you get from a show, but it's just magnified one way or the other.
That's the shitty thing about producing shows, that every act is a reflection on you.
Yeah.
And I don't trust anybody.
I know. That's why I haven't been booking you guys.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. A bunch of A+ performances on all your fucking shows. You're just sad that our fucking follower count is very shortly passing Cult of Us.
I expected that.
That's why he's throwing Cult of Us intros on at the beginning of our thing. It's
those two I didn't throw on a Cult of Us thing. There's no way I accidentally played your bumper for news.
What's the podcast again? Keep saying it. You're really getting it.
We're trying to hit those keywords. Cult of Us. Libertarianism. We're trying to get it all. No, I know.
What is going on?
Government is gay.
It's not even the
We're
podcast.
sort of just. I know your co-host does not focus on that. We're just.
You're just throwing stuff at the wall.
We're just trying to just.
Oh man, we only got time for like one more question.
Oh man, okay.
Is there anything you guys want to get out? Anything we missed?
Oh, you're so much better at this than us, Neil. This part of it.
Man, you could have.
Necrophilia Haiku Day. When's that coming up?
Oh hell yeah.
So March 8th, you got about 6 months.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
You have perfected.
I think it'll be like the 12th or 13th annual. It's been around a long time.
Yeah. I also have to admire and honor you for having like the best blow-off excuse of all time when it comes to Philly's Funniest. You have perfected the perfect, as a man who wants to cancel all plans like graciously, you've managed to do it in a way where everyone knows there's no way
I've gone to the finals a few times.
Yeah, Cassandra D, I remember she told me that you came out to support her. A few other
I
times.
was wasted at that one. And I was
I was sitting next to you. I remember.
Because the best part was when she got to the finals, like her first post wasn't, "Oh, I'm so happy." It was like, "Fuck you, Matt Morgan. I better see you." And that's how I knew she got to the final.
Well, yeah,
she put me on her accomplice. I went.
Bro, if I had ever made
because I got the picture with her in the back because like the club told me like, yeah, she wouldn't even come out and take a picture for like I'm birth back. I had to get a selfie. I was so happy.
That's
for
hilarious.
her.
You've had so many years-long running gags on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm
you
like
have
the
the
same
wham
five
joke,
jokes over
the
and
wham
over.
joke every time a
That's
celebrity
great.
dies, which is, it sucks when I find out a celebrity. Like I found, well,
That's my favorite part
Yes.
is when I break the news to somebody. They're like, "God damn it, this is how I found out." Because
obviously I don't care about most celebrities. That's how I found out Chris Cornell died. That upset me.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
great.
explain the
Well,
background of that?
it started when Princess Leia died. No, not Princess
They
Leia.
died on the same day. I
No,
think.
no, it was the same month. It was
George Michael.
George Michael died, and everybody made that everything was going great for George Michael. Then wham, like everybody made that hack joke.
Yeah.
So then a couple weeks when Princess Leia died, I was like, everything was going great for Princess Leia. Then wham, and then somebody else died 2 months later. I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing this until it stops being funny
And
for me.
5 years
And
later.
no, it was 2016, I
Oh,
think.
God damn.
Oh man.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah. You might be right about that. But yeah. That's
So
amazing.
so all this time it's just like the set your clocks back. It's still funny to me, so I still do it.
You're a one-man meme machine. Yeah, I'll catch you in the finals, the wham.
every Saturday night, like clockwork. Don't forget to set your clocks back.
And again, you've caught me a number of times. Tis the season right now. You're going to do it at least once and me be like, "Oh, fuck,
It's always great when I
tomorrow?"
get somebody new, like somebody you're friends with somebody new, and then they're so confused by it.
Yeah.
They're like, "This was like 2 months ago."
I was going to say, you must get
I was
well
like, "This joke's
acclimated
been
a
like a decade now. You're out of your league."
Oh, I get furious every time you hit me with like the Philly's Funniest one because I forget. And once you forget, then Fenris is like, "I'll see you in the finals," brother." And I'm like, every time. And then it turns immediately into
I
love.
didn't
And I
even
just
know when the
melt.
finals was this year
know.
until after the fact.
Yeah.
People were like, a couple of the people I knew were there. They're like, "We were mad you weren't there." It's like,
You
nobody
gotta
told I
invite
didn't-
me. Yeah.
Right, you got to be invited. If you're on a comp list, you'll go, right?
I-
Cassandra knew. Yeah, she knew how to do it.
Because it was the day after my Jello wrestling show, and I didn't like know about it.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have went because I was beat up after that.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man."
You had to handle 2 B. Arthurs.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And I wrestled a match too. So
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Okay, damn. That's cool.
As a different character.
Yeah.
Okay. As a luchador.
As Pedro Duro, the rowdy Mexican hardcore champion.
Okay.
Sweet. All right, it's news time.
It's time for the news.
Time.
We're talking news. We're talking news. Talking news. We're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, here we are. Okay, so as many of our viewers know in Germany, again, welcome know the rules of this segment, but I'll explain it to you, Fenris. Dave and I have written 15 jokes about the news of the week. We have not conferred with one another. I have no idea what awful, racist, maybe misogynistic things you may
One
talk about.
very racist one. I think the rest are fine.
Well, there you go. He has no idea what problematic shit I have written. However, if we cover the same news story, we will have what's called a joke off. Are you going to do it? Do it.
Joke off.
And that weird orgasming AI is the one who tells us that we're joking off. And when we joke each other off, you have to be the judge.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, how often do you joke off like per week? Is it
I mean, I try to joke off at least once a day, stay regular. But, you know, sometimes we
Helps you
don't
go to
joke
sleep.
each other off at
Yeah.
all. Usually it's about 1 to 2
Last
times.
week-
I was just curious what the.
Last week was like 3, I think.
We had a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
we
or 4.
were
I would
joking off
assume
a
it
lot.
happens a lot if you're both pulling from the same news.
We are pulling.
We're pulling hard, yeah.
We're pulling hard. We got
one of you has to do like all right-wing news and one all left-wing news, but you cover the same stories, but the headlines are completely different.
I think we fell into those roles fairly easily.
We
I
sort
think.
of did, yeah. We do sort of.
What a gimmick that would be.
Okay,
right,
take it away.
And I've counted 2 racist jokes. All right. Delta flight diverted after passenger reportedly has diarrhea all the way through the airplane. It wasn't just the smell, as it was a national safety concern, as his pants clearly contained more than 3.4 ounces of liquid.
I saw that story, but didn't write it. I love when that happens. Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles tendon on his first drive as the New York quarterback, which is welcome news for patriotic Americans who get to witness another 9/11 where no jet could possibly hurt us.
Well, we got a joke off, but you're going to win this one.
All right, let's...
Joke off.
Jets, Robert Saleh says Aaron Rodgers believed to have suffered Achilles injury. It's not good. It does make it more difficult for Rodgers to claim he's left Green Bay behind him, though, when his first move as a Jet was packing it in.
I like that one. But Judge,
Dupree gets
hey, there we go. And
I agree with that.
I believe we are officially tied. I think that brings us up to a tie. Well, whatever. Our producer will take care of that when he gets a chance. Either I'm one behind or we're tied. It matters to me because I'm down. All right, Michael. I'm losing count here. Okay. Georgia grand jury recommended charging 3 senators in January 6 plot, including Lindsey Graham. Though prosecutors ultimately declined to charge Senator Graham after he volunteered to make amends by letting a court-appointed beefcake spend hours spanking his bare bottom.
Nice.
Lindsey Graham's a big sexual deviant.
Is he? Is that
a
confirmed thing, or is that rumor thing? I have
rumor thing. Rumor is he hires a lot of male DC prostitutes. And
I've never even heard that.
Oh yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk after we'll have the Alex Jones portion of the show when the cameras stop rolling.
All right. Over 85,000 high chairs recalled over possible loose bolts that pose fall risk. Unfortunately, only around 40,000 have been brought back in because half these marriages are meant to end and they need something to set that in motion.
Oh, man.
I kept that one in specifically for you.
We brought it. I mean, we probably tried.
You were looking for...
Yeah. You've managed
something where babies get injured or killed.
Yeah.
I feel like we probably both pushed the limit here, given that you were our guest. We just try to impress our dark comedian friends sometimes. And maybe this one will work. DraftKings apologizes for September 11th themed betting promotion with the ill-conceived advertisement, turn 2 towers into 72 virgins in 1 hour with draft planes.
Very good. All right. Chinese construction workers are accused of plowing a hole through the Great Wall. The workers apologized but quickly followed up with, but come on, all this time and only one of us has crashed a vehicle into it? That's pretty impressive.
That's awesome. FDA signs off on updated COVID-19 vaccines to target circulating variants. A spokesman for the FDA was quoted as saying, "We can't get these fucking things to kill anyone."
Spanish women's soccer team appoints first female coach after predecessor fired amid unwanted World Cup kiss fallout. In her press conference, she announced that she will be kissing none of the team's players on the mouth this upcoming season, and early forecast is the ratings for these games are going to tank.
From what, 6-4?
That's an exciting soccer game.
Yeah.
6-4. Texas minister plans first AI-generated sermon for Sunday service. As soon as he pays off the families of the word processors who were raped when this sermon was being written. Former altar boy Clippy could not be reached for comment.
Clippy. Hey. Freddie Mercury's Bohemian Rhapsody piano sells at auction for $2.2 million. Instantly, it was worth closer to $3 million, but apparently it depreciates the value when you frantically scrub it down with disinfectant. Because he has AIDS.
Okay, this one
had.
Yeah, there was.
Well, he scrubbed his piano down and he's good.
Here we go, kind of on theme here. Dating app Grindr loses nearly half its staff after trying to enforce a return to office, though many of those employees were later found returning to the office. Well, the stalls in the bathroom.
There you go. Mexico's Supreme Court decriminalizes abortion nationwide. They've decided that the charge will be reduced to a simple animal cruelty based on how much you have to taunt the donkey to get it to kick you.
There you go. That one's just awful and a good image. You know, it's you know me. I'm an image comic. If you can paint the picture, I'll laugh. Police respond after human skull is found in Goodwill donation box in Arizona, which can mean only one thing: the Salvation Army has begun committing war crimes.
That's good. All right. Praying coach who won back job after SCOTUS ruling quits after one game, claims retaliation. But in that 1 week, he ran some very important drills for the team, like tackling the other cheek.
Jesus. That's a nice Jesus football joke. Air Canada customers kicked off plane for refusing vomit-covered seat, or as they call it on Southwest Airlines, business class. Thank you. I'm glad you hate Southwest as much as I do, Fenris.
All right. India may be moving to change its name to ancient Sanskrit term, G20 invitation suggests. The new name is going to be a term that in English roughly translates to, oh great, another group of people that I won't be allowed to call Indian anymore.
Stupid. So stupid. Okay. Candidate in high-stakes Virginia election performed sex acts with husband in live videos. And though her campaign has been struggling with donations, she's way ahead of her opponent when it comes to bringing in small deposits.
Nice.
Thank you.
Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death, discusses exchange with Brittany Griner, says he wished her good luck. He knows that she's gone through that feeling of isolation and being cut off from the rest of society, and that she's leaving the comfort of prison to go right back to that in her first WNBA action.
J.M. Smucker to buy Twinkies maker Hostess for $4.6 billion, making this the biggest decision involving tubs of jelly and balls of dough since Jim Gillespie canceled on the Weekday comics 2 times in a row. Not that I'm mad about it.
Oh, man.
Jim will catch an occasional stray because he canceled on us twice.
I can laugh at that because he's canceled on my shows as well. I'm texting him 50. Hey, where are you at? Oh, I forgot to text you. I couldn't get a ride. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Somewhat of our experience as well, but you know, we very funny comic. We just like to have him catch a few strays.
He can catch them all.
Not hard.
That's a fat joke. Not saying he needs to get shot a lot.
I
saying
that
on a girth way. Okay, I hope someone shoots him. I'm just saying if you fire a gun, there's
a
bigger chance it will hit him than other people.
I totally get you. You got to at least wing it. Like, how hard how shaky is your hand?
You really broke down the physics of that one.
I didn't want to sound bitter.
I understand. We don't want anyone to die.
Yeah. I hear the dumb one. Theater tickets from the night Abraham Lincoln was shot are up for auction. And due to some unforeseen interruption, if they hurry, there's still a chance to catch the second half.
Any good Lincoln joke is always
I hate it. I'm not going to try to break this up because I hear we have a Genomatic. It's somebody on there. It's just yeah. Oh, never.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You can finish the news.
Are they trying to call in? No, comment?
All right. Well, hey, there we go. All right.
I want to know what they said.
Well, they'll like.
No.
Well, they're really going to like this one, hopefully. Fraudulent sober halfway homes.
Give me a go. Sorry.
That's
buddy.
okay.
Go ahead.
We ready?
You.
Okay. Fraudulent sober halfway homes exploited Native Americans, say authorities. Though, in fairness, white guy offering a big meal and a warm blanket is kind of a fool me twice situation. You probably love that one, whoever was.
Yeah. Here's one for you, kid. Whatever. I was like, oh, another different old movie. Anyway. California becomes first U.S. state to recognize Transgender History Month. They've said that Transgender History Month will be recognized in August, or as it will be known in the state of California, Augustus.
I like it. But you got Neil. That's what's important. Here we go. Well, then your last one. Fran Drescher reelected as SAG-AFTRA president amid actors' strike, proving again that all these Hollywood liberals want is a the nanny state. Mr. Sheffield, we are staying on strike. Thank you, I know.
Alabama school suspends first grader for making her gun while playing cops and robbers, says outraged parent. They defended the suspension, saying that that wasn't an element that they want brought into Alabama schools, the implication that someone needs to be a criminal to be shot by their police.
Yeah, it's real. That one's real. Florida man arrested after trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean in giant hamster wheel vessel. Authorities say the suspect was given one phone call, a nice bed of straw, and a big upside-down bottle to suckle on for water.
There you go. I saw that story. I'm rooting for that guy hard.
Me too.
He's been arrested twice now trying to do it. What's the
Why?
fucking...
What's
the
he getting arrested? What's the crime?
What's the fucking problem? Let him go across the
He's going to
Atlantic in a
die,
hamster wheel.
obviously.
Yeah, let him go.
But
And
let him
then
go out in
someone-
a fucking blaze of glory.
Yes, some kid will find a skeleton in a giant inflatable hamster wheel at some point. But
Can
you
I
know
bring
what?
it home? No.
Well, we have to reward the American spirit of exploration
Exactly.
in a giant hamster.
This guy is a hero. L.A. City Council saves Marilyn Monroe's former home from demolition. Their reasoning? There's probably enough toxic materials in that house that it'll eventually just destroy itself.
Okay. This one I actually dropped when I was bombing at Bar 13 when we read the news, and so I remembered it, and it's just kind of could have happened this week, so let's just pretend it did.
Okay.
I think it still applies, even though it was 2 weeks ago. But here we go. Alabama wants to be the first state to execute a prisoner by making him breathe pure nitrogen, which is replacing the current method of staring the death row inmate down, cocking a shotgun, and saying, "Run, boy." For Alabama.
I get it.
That's why I dropped it when I
Yeah.
was eating shit on stage.
And my last one, no, I don't. I had to move shit around for the joke off. Anyway, communist revolutionaries burn American flags outside Jason Aldean concert, claiming America was never great. No one was able to break up this demonstration either because those protesters had the foresight to try that in a big city.
I like it. Okay. In honor of Fenris being one of my favorite musical comedians, I have written a joke that
That's
tried
a
to
low
attempt
bar.
to honor you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who else is on that list?
It's a small list. It is a small list. There are a few, but you are one. I've attempted to write this, so bear with me. This might be painful. It might be great. Stephen King says his wife almost left him over his love of Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5. It's a real story. And that makes sense because we all kind of need a little bit of Pennywise in my life, a little bit of Shining, kill my wife, a little bit of The Stand's all I need, a little bit of Carrie makes you bleed, a little Pet Cemetery in the sun, a little bit of Misery all night long, a little bit of Gunslinger rides a horse, a little bit of You're and my divorce. That's Stephen King's Mambo number die, baby.
Well, you
I love
committed.
that one. That was some.
That was
You
for
put
you.
some work into that.
That's
You
for
committed
you.
to it.
I committed
And,
to
I
it.
thought it was just gonna be
Yeah.
like one rhyme, and it just kept going. I was like, he's hitting them all.
Much like Mambo number 5, it never ends.
And
You're
Neil
ready for it
has,
to end.
Neil has joke off statistics My score's in Roman numerals. Yours is in regular numbers.
In actual,
good old American numbers.
in actual American. I mean, that was August 22nd. That was the last one. I don't know if I caught there, but because I think you might have caught up. So.
I did caught. I'm tied.
Yeah.
We're tied.
You're tied. So let's say you're tied. Cool. So there. Boom. Look at that.
You don't like how fast and loose we are with tied it, but I am tied.
Okay. Yeah. We're tied as of right now.
As of tonight.
Nice.
Allegedly.
We only joked each other off once.
That's
I'm glad
true.
you have a whole file saved to remember 2-2.
Yes.
There's no way.
We're very thorough.
You should see when we were spending like 5 minutes live on air trying to figure it out. This is actually an improvement on the old system.
Yeah. We're crushing it.
I mean, you could technically just put us both at 0 if those numbers are getting too high for you to process.
No, I'm going to continue to change the date and keep adding them, asshole.
Right. We're
No, I
both
don't know
at
what I'm gonna
11.
do. We did this. I keep forgetting.
Aye.
It's like volleyball. You have to win by at least 2.
Yeah. Well, speaking of 2, I wish this could be a 2-hour interview. Unfortunately, we all got shit to do. You have been awesome, Fenris. Thank you so much.
It's fun.
Why don't you tell the folks at home what you got coming up?
Just every Wednesday at Bar 13. I know a comics listen to this. We got the longest running open mic in all of Delaware.
Hell
so
yeah.
we're there every Wednesday. And
Very cool.
I have a very slow month coming up in
Yeah. Okay.
preparations for Texas.
Oh, that's right. Well, since you won't be on before that show, why don't you tell everyone like where they might be able to find you if they're watching?
If we're
Texas?
big
you
in
don't know?
Germany, we're probably big in Texas,
Yeah.
so they might want to come out
Exactly.
and see.
Fenris, you can find all my albums on Spotify, iTunes, all that jazz. It's
Cool.
you can look up my last album. It was a live album I did at Bar 13 a while ago called Leave Them Wanting Less, which I'm super happy with.
Nice.
Turned out really great. So
Awesome. Yeah, definitely
you
check
can find
Fenris
that
out.
on anything. So
Cool. Awesome. Well, definitely check him out. He's hilarious. Dave, what do you got coming up?
I got a shitty September too. I was probably going to pop into Bar 13, but it sounds like I should avoid it for a week or two.
People might be coming for you.
So maybe next week at Bar 13 I'll pop in. How about you, Dan?
I have got. Let me see. Let me look at the old calendar because Danny never remembers what he's doing. No, I'm not. I'm not doing comedy until like next week. That's crazy.
someone say you're not doing comedy now.
I think a lot of the people that are writing in might say
And
that.
Fenris is on the board with one.
Ouch. No, my calendar looks super full, but it's literally someone asked me to go to their open mic, so I put it in my calendar. A canceled trip to New York that isn't happening. Then Rosh Hashanah, which I don't celebrate, but I thought I had a show.
Hey,
that
that's
dot
the
on my
one
calendar
where
is just-
you.
Yeah, what is that? What is Rosh Hashanah?
It's the one where you play basketball in a suit.
You can do the thing where you have a show in your calendar and you don't remember, like, did somebody book me at a Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah, I'm usually
doing
I'm booked on any show where they don't
I'll be
leaven
doing a
bread.
kibitz that day.
Damn, I should have said that.
Is that the word? That's.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
I had my girlfriend is hanging out with her friends, and she was telling me that was the day that she had the plans, and I was like, Rosh Hashanah, I can't. She was like, "What is Rosh Hashanah?"
babe,
She's like,
sorry.
"What are you celebrating on that?" I was like, the struggle of the tribe, generally.
I'm Rasha and the Shana, babe.
Yeah, you got to Rosh Hashanah sometimes.
I think
the
I briefly-
Shanas ain't
yeah.
going to Rasha themselves.
Right, Rosh Hashanah is what they sang in the
Think I
Lion King,
meditate
believe.
that day or something?
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. All right, we're gonna suit up and play a game of horse at least.
I can. You can't. That's cultural
okay.
appropriation.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
No, you got to go full
I
on.
gotta
They
wear
fucking wear the
Jew-face.
suits and they don't play horse. They fucking.
They ball
they-
so hard, right? Yeah.
The Jews on my street, they play basketball in their suits.
Also hard Rosh Hashanah crazy. Is that what it is?
I will be.
Also hard
Which
too.
day is Rosh Hashanah? I'll poke my head outside
Okay,
and see
yeah,
if they're
so maybe-
celebrating the high
I
holiday.
thought his nose glowed or something. Didn't
Yeah.
that happen? No. that's
it is
too
the
bad.
16th.
That's when the weather
Saturday
gets
the-
foggy, so I can deliver presents.
Saturday the 16th.
Chocolate covered, chocolate wrapped in gold.
Well, this sounds like a delightful holiday. I might just have to go and watch these
I know.
well-dressed
They
Jewish
should really
I
let
want
me-
to watch this basketball game. Jewish guys in
They should really
full
let me be-
suits,
and just going
fucking
hard. in the
going hard
paint.
at the boards. Come on.
They should really make me the grand poobah of Judaism, because I sound like I would make it fun.
Again, one of our best Jewish athletes. I
Yeah.
get the luxury of hosting this podcast.
I want to
to
be Judaism. I want to be the Dalai Lama of Judaism.
Do they play hard or is it?
Oh, they fucking
okay.
go, yeah. Yeah, they're young. They could.
Okay. I don't know if it was like, oh,
Yeah, that's not the beard. It's not the beard and the curls.
Quit
That's what I
running.
want.
But these are the Jews that are going to be the beard and curls. But they are not.
Well, they're not there yet. Okay.
All right.
They got to get bar mitzvah. That's when you start. That's when you're allowed to grow hair. They cut the thing on your foreskin that lets you grow hair or whatever.
Then they just throw you a basketball.
Yeah. They got like
cut your dick off and give you a basketball. You're on the team now.
You're a b-ball eunuch.
exactly.
They're b-ball eunuchs. Write that down. Just
Don't I make Judaism fun? Yeah.
What if that was the tradition? They cut your piece of your dick off and give you a jersey. Here you go, Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle.
Kyle.
Kobe. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alan Chivers.
I'm going to stop this podcast now.
Oh, Neil, what do you got?
Oh yeah, check me out this Friday. Wissahickon Brewing Company with headliner John Moses from Gotham Comedy Live.
Hilarious.
And also he was on the Roast to Ric Flair. You can get those tickets right now. They're only $12. We also have Courtney Reynolds, myself. So get those tickets for that. And of course, Myers Brewing Company next Friday. You can check that out right here in Fishtown. Go to droptent.com/events or check us out on Eventbrite. Thanks. Or IamNeilWood.com. Go to there, or James Wood Art. Go to all those places and check out all my stuff. Thanks.
All right.
We're all doing lots of stuff, and you should check it out.
Yeah.
Shalom, everyone.
There we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. We fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of DropTent Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to droptent.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see DropTent on. We appreciate it. Go to droptent.com now.
This has been a DropTent Media production.